Okay. Well, hopefully, that's still not.
All right.
Oh, no, that's showing up, isn't it? That.
How's that going? Oh, yeah. There's a bit of sound showing up now. Not heaps, but yeah. But it looks like.
Yeah, that should be all right.
Yes. Is everyone okay? Can everyone hear us now?
Nobody's logged into this one, though.
Oh. Yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. We got one.
We just need.
Okay.
Oh,
all
here
right.
we go. Bench Pressington's worked it out.
Yes.
Brownie
all right,
points
we're
for
back,
bench.
everybody. Yay! Yay!
Can you hear us, Bench Pressington? That's the important thing.
Yes. He said huzzah. I think that means I can hear you.
I would trust Bench with my life, but not my bank card.
No.
No.
Bench seems to have a good bank card. A lot of drinks bought. No one can talk.
Oh, yes. Excellent. We can
yes.
We can
all
be
right.
heard. That
Everyone's
is
here.
Fantastic.
Wow.
All right. Okay, we've got to start again, everyone. We are live from the local tap house in St Kilda. Big cheer, everyone. Yeah.
The audience is quadrupled. Quadrupled. I reckon next week. Marvel.
Well,
Marvel
I was,
or MCG.
Yeah.
Which one?
Look, if we can, I was talking before that on it. Christmas Eve falls on a Thursday, Kappa.
Yes.
So we might have a problem there.
Oh no!
Competing with the whole basis of a major religion.
Yeah. Plus, I'll be in Queensland then, so you might have to find a new host. Actually, we could do it over Zoom, like old times. Like what better way to do this? The way it was founded.
Yeah,
glitchy and all over
yeah,
the
and
place.
like tonight, we've had no problems, seamless,
Yeah.
no problems. It's just good that we've got a tech-savvy audience. We actually had 15 people watching, and it's down to 6.
I know, yeah.
So where have those other people gone?
Yeah, I don't know.
Could someone put in the Facebook group on Have a Beer Guest a Year that we're... Stu's already done it. That's
right,
amazing.
Great. Oh, what? Give it up for our tech man, Stu. Great
so
guy.
Good.
Yes. Okay. All right, guys. So we have a beer guest here. Now, Ian, where are we?
We're in the local tap house in St Kilda, a craft beer institution in Australia, often voted the best pub in Australia.
Really?
It's been listed as one of the best in the world.
Really?
Yeah. I've got a book at home that lists probably 2 pubs in Australia that make it. One is the St Kilda local tap house, and the other is the Balaclava Hotel just down the road.
Wow.
The Balaclava Hotel down the road, they have a smoking area.
Yeah.
But they've put a cage, so it's like walking past the human zoo. It's very odd. It's very odd. We might go there after this.
Oh well, yeah. We gotta have a what kind would they be having, a Melbourne bitter in a cage? You know,
I think
you
so.
haven't lived till you've had one of those.
I think so. It's generally the type of place where they're kicking people in.
Yeah, it's the kind of place I'd rather go. I mean, look at this. It's really nice, good beers. You know, it's a bit too crazy for me, you know?
Yeah. Oh, it's a bit too fancy down there.
A bit too fancy. Yeah. Oh, wow. This is so great. The local tap house has so many good beers. I've bombed here at least 3 times.
I've seen you live.
Really?
Comedy here, and you did exceptionally well that night.
It must have been the one good one I did, because most of the time I've walked away from here going, what am I doing with my life? And I remember when I was just about to give up coming to this room, and then I was house sitting up the road, and I was like, I wrote them a quick message, and I said, if they accept me, and then I had a really good one, and I was back.
Yeah.
But that was it. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I think your first words, you pointed out your clothes, gestured, and said, I know there's a lot going on here. Which brought the house down. So.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, you know, you got to acknowledge what's going on, you know.
I imagine you start every interview like that.
Yeah. I start, even when I'm not wearing fancy clothes, there is a lot going on with me anyway. You know, head, big lips, weird ears, you know. There's a lot going on.
Well, look, I'm not going to comment on anybody's personal appearance, but yeah, I got an Uber here, and he had like a subwoofer in the back. which was vibrating my back,
Oh, nice.
which was, I don't think it was a pleasant feeling.
Okay.
And it was very and he was driving in a quite an erratic way. He actually ran a red light. And he was driving in an erratic way. And I think it's the influence of Have a Beer Guest of the Year that the way I coped with that is just to close my eyes, lean back, and pretend I was on a German U-boat.
Oh.
And
Okay.
it was
All right.
it was like a theme park
Has
ride
it
for the
occurred to
first
you,
5 minutes.
Ian, that could be quite stressful
It was-
and
it
raise
was-
the stress?
I'd watched Das Boot and I just thought, it was like a theme park ride, the Das Boot theme park. Das Boot
Man,
theme park.
did he have any music on, or was the seat just vibrating? did you catch a
Yeah, it's
did you
weird.
catch a happy endings type Uber?
It was weird because he
Uh,
was actually sat in the back with me, so
Yeah.
it was quite.
To be honest,
quite
we weren't
unusual.
even in a car. We
Do,
were.
do you know
I
the
was lying
worst
down.
thing is,
Yeah.
and this is I don't know if this is a bad reflection of me, but I walked out of that Uber and gave him 5 stars. He ran a red light and was like, had this horrible stuff happening. 5 stars.
I remember
Good luck to him.
I went out with a girl and I met her dad, and he told me that he used to put a subwoofer under the passenger seat. And when he had a date, would like get the girl in the mood, like the vibrations and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, who am I going out with here? As if I would never tell a guy that is going out with my daughter like a technique like that. What if I rocked up and he owned a shop that sold car stereos? What if I said, hey, man, can you put a subwoofer under the seat
yeah.
now?
Yeah, and have you got any washing machines?
Yeah. Yeah, can you put in an old washing machine? Do you have a large dildo I can put in the back? 3. Yeah.
If you get one big enough, you don't actually have to wear a seatbelt.
Oh man, it's taken a turn for the worse already, and I love it. I love it. It's the crowd. They're so wild.
It is. It's like, yeah, people
Um,
eating Palmers, talking amongst themselves. No, it's great. It's absolutely wonderful to see people in real life and people who we haven't seen. Some we haven't met before. Like Kaleidoscope, I've only ever known in the online space. And
Yes.
to see it in 3D. It's
3D,
amazing.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, and Kelv I haven't seen for months.
Mate.
You got Stuart D I haven't seen for like 5 days.
5 days.
We got I'll have to report him to the police. We got Joel as well.
Oh
It's
man,
so
it's
good.
When I
Jared,
saw
Justine.
Joel, it was so good. Yeah.
We've even got like, can you imagine being the type of person who drags someone along to this?
Yeah. poor old Joel. No, he's all right.
And
He's
Beck's here
gonna
as
have the
well.
best time ever. Yes, it's going to be so good. Who we got in the chat? Kelvin said that Wilfred's Bar. Man, is Wilfred's Bar? Is that the one that is terrible, just on the corner?
This is where we are right now.
Oh,
This is called
Wilfred's
Wilfred's Bar.
Oh, what's the other one? Was that the one you were talking
The
about?
Balaclava Hotel.
on
Yeah.
Ackland Street.
No,
What's that one on Ackland Street? That's crazy.
Jimmy O'Neill's.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Irish pub.
Yeah.
That is
That is
quite
a
crazy.
wild pub.
I took my dad there when he was over because he likes Guinness,
Yeah.
and we lived close by. And it was about 6 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, and a full fight broke out next to him.
I remember, I think it was before one of my terrible gigs I had here. I tried to go there and write. And I saw a couple of fights as well. And I'm like, well, can someone give a comedian some peace? Right?
Yeah.
This is the only work I do per day. And I'm getting interrupted by violence.
Yeah, it's like when they give, because they serve the pints in plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic cups and give you a bandage when you're around. It's like,
man, that plastic taste. I tell you what, that is
no good, is it? Oh, Kappa, I know it was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday! I actually
thank
bought
you.
you a present. I didn't wrap it.
You bought me a present.
It's it's secondhand. It's about 9 years old.
Okay. Oh my God. It's the glass I've been wanting. Oh, look at that thick wall. Look at that. Oh, man, that is so good.
Yeah. All right, Donald Trump.
No, I can't look at thick. Yeah, that'll keep all the baddies out.
You can see through it. people
red
run short of.
ale will taste so good in this.
Yeah.
A red ale or a golden ale or like a porter.
Yeah,
Oh man,
I thought
this is going to be so good.
I've had that glass for literally 9 years or so.
Yeah.
And Kappa came around to my house in that little period in lockdown where there was a window where you could have house guests. And I thought, well, I'm going to waste my house guest opportunity on Kappa. And you came around. We did the show live from my bedroom.
Yeah.
And I must have served you a beer in this glass. And you were so enamored by it that I thought that would be a good
Mate, thank
good
you
thing.
so much. Well, it's great you bring this up because there was a place that sold records in Sydney, but also sold beers, and that's where I kind of first got into craft beer. And the bloke sold a really nice beer, but I don't know if I've seen it ever since. It's called like not Bridgeport, but something to do with a bridge.
Yeah,
yeah,
an American Bridgeport. Is that a
Bridgeport? Yeah.
yeah
And
Portland?
anyway, he had those big thick wall glasses like these,
Yeah,
and it was just such a pleasure. Just
Yeah.
tasted so good. And I took a mate there once, and he stole that glass. He stole one of those glasses, and I went and I put his patio in for him on Saturday, and then he serves me in that glass and said, "Did you steal this from the vinyl place that sold?" He goes, "Yeah, it's the best glass I've ever seen, right?" And I was tempted to steal it from him. I was a good friend as I am, and I was like, I should steal this, but then I didn't. And I'm happy I didn't because now I got this. Oh, thank you so much, Ian.
I think Brunswick Bitter is still in production as well by Thunder Road.
Right.
Which
Okay.
might be a mistake, but anyway,
All right. All right. Well, let's kick along.
we are here to have a beer and guess the year.
This
So,
is crazy.
Kappa, it's your turn.
I'm so pumped. All right, I've got to guess the year. Clint's in the house. Hey guys, I cannot make the event this evening. Sorry, I'm out getting real drunk in Collingwood. Wow, what a surprise, Clint. What's he doing that between designing 4 logos, running a bottle shop, designing a beer can?
Clint is so dedicated to his bottle shop fizz and hop that he actually serves everyone on one leg. It's very, very, very impressive.
Very good. Very good.
All right.
I'm not even going to pay that one any.
have a beer guess the year. It in some ways I don't like it when there's so many people. Like it's just
you can see their real reactions. Oh yeah, Joel, that's right. So the Bridgeport Kingpin, I reckon that's the one I had, the Imperial Red,
because I think they sold that in Dan Murphy's for a while. I think they sold the Bridgeport Kingpin, and then there was the Red Trolley. Was that a red IPA or something? That was something.
I wonder if that glass is worth anything because that brewery no longer exists. So I am going to steal it.
Yeah,
and then I'll have 2.
Yeah, yeah, and I need a patio, so if you could steal his patio as well, that would be great. Lovely to see you all, and where did we lost all those people in that transfer? I'm a bit sad about that.
Doesn't matter. I'm not sad. If you can't handle the heat, get lost.
You're saying that while you're sweating.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I got the worst hay fever ever. It has nothing to do with the amount of illicit drugs I took on the weekend. Okay. Yeah, they're really cutting it with some crazy shit right now, and it's ruining me.
Let's get started with Have a Beer Guess the Year. In this year, in the January, a summer's day. It was a beautiful scene in the Botanical Gardens in Melbourne, and the sun was setting, and a man who was in his 20s, a crazed man, started shooting people with his rifle. It was one of the biggest shootings in Australian history. Just started like shooting people in the Botanical Gardens. He shot 5. 3 died at the scene. 1 died later in hospital. And then that sparked a copycat within 3 weeks in New South Wales. A 22-year-old started shooting people at a picnic. Now, I do know that, when you see people having a picnic and they're really annoying, when they're like, they've got a basket and stuff and cheeses and they look like they're having a really good time. And I can kind of empathize.
I would kind of go crazy because, when you've got no fold-out chairs.
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
drives me crazy.
yeah.
I mean, not enough to kill people, but
Yeah.
it could, the snowball could start going from there.
Look, I think we'd all be foolish to criticize a folding chair so close to Christmas.
yeah.
That's where they really in their element.
Yeah.
It's like, particularly when people are sat next to each other at very different heights at the dinner table.
Yeah, well, folding chairs used to be a problem because they're made out of wood, really hard to carry.
Mm.
But during lockdown, when everyone could meet up in the parks, no one bought the humble folding chair, and I had to sit on the grass. So annoying. So my legs, how annoying are legs when you're not using them? They're annoying. I wish you could just hang them up.
Yeah,
the
same
cupboard.
with the arm when you're trying to sleep.
Yeah,
Just take if you
I
could
wish you
just
could
attach
hang
one
my arms
arm,
up. Yeah,
just hang it up.
leave them in the
You know.
cupboard, and then that way, if an intruder walks in, your arms can just grab them.
Yeah,
Then you got time to kick them.
yeah, and also like if you take your arm off, anything you can take off, you can easily lose. I mean, that's a problem. But you can always go to secondhand shop.
Yes, that's yes. He has a mind like a steel trap. All right, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
So, 2 shootings.
This-
Oh my god, and a copycat.
For those of you who are new to this is a 4-hour show. So
yeah.
So crazy gunfire starts off this year.
Wow, what a way to start.
In Melbourne.
Man. Really kicked it off there
Um,
with a happy note.
The
A
Two-
massacre.
two,
A double massacre.
2 US Army planes complete the first round the world flight. It takes them to travel around the world in these 2 US Army planes. It takes them a mere 175 days.
Oh my god.
Is it really a round the world flight?
Are we doing something from the 1700s? Have we gone back that far again?
175 days.
Wow, that is amazing. But how would people know that they did that?
Yeah.
They couldn't track them or anything.
No,
How do they
it's
know-
well,
how do
they're
you know
probably
they
just
didn't
on their
fly
Insta
to,
story.
Yeah, they could have just flown to Indonesia, chilled out for 175 days.
174 days and then flown
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Just like, and
Yeah.
then, they while they were over there, they bought berets and stuff
Yeah.
to show that they were from different countries. They had a pizza. They made a pizza there. And
Made a pizza.
Yeah. Brought back some chopsticks, just to show that they'd done the whole thing.
Well, talking of travel, Ellis Island, which is next to Liberty Island, where the Statue of Liberty stands.
Okay.
Ellis Island, it closes in this year as an immigration point to the US. So it's one of the iconic entry points to the US, and it closes in this year.
Because the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France, right?
Yep.
And then apparently America gave them a Statue of Liberty, but it's a lot smaller and not near as impressive.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Are we
it's
getting
just
the
a
light?
big-
Is this going on too long
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
We just got the light.
Yeah, my brother said he went and saw it, and he said it's a real piece of shit.
What the
It's
statue?
a real slap in the face. Yeah.
There was a soccer match between Iraq and the USA, and it was just after the war,
Yeah.
and the USA had the captain had this little pendant commemorating the game, which you swap with the other team captain, and the Iraqi team captain gives him like this huge pendant, like huge elaborate pendant, and then a bunch of flowers, like a bottle of something, and it's being passed down the line. He's like completely embarrassing. The captain looks so awkward that he's just there with this little tiny thing that you buy from the shop. But it was so good.
Well, an American customer.
Yeah. So
All
first ever Winter Olympics in this year in Chamonix in France. And it was the
ever Winter Olympics.
It's the first ever Olympics, perhaps the only Olympics, summer and winter. I'll have to double check this one, but I think it's the first and only Olympics that the host country hasn't won a gold.
Oh, big screw up. Oh man, you got to know you're good at the thing before you host it.
Well,
What an embarrassment.
The other thing is that there was only one event for women.
Oh, really?
Can you guess? Anyone guess? Anyone guess what that event would be?
Oh no, don't
Figure skating.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, lucky it wasn't. I was thinking curling or something like that.
Yeah, because got to
'Cause it's
sweeping
got the
up.
sweeping.
Oh,
and stuff. Yeah,
gee,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
god, 2020.
Yeah. I know, but that's a thing. Like that's a
Yeah,
thing we've got to
they
deal with.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So yeah.
Regular airmail as well start in the USA for the first time, and IBM was founded. International
Right.
Business Machines
Really?
was founded in
God,
this year.
this is confusing.
Good.
Because I'm wondering how many people died in the massacre. I know I'm going back to the first clue.
Yeah, it's only like 9 or something. It wasn't a big.
Okay, because I think this is back pre-semi.
Yeah,
This would have been semi-automatic when people had semi-automatic weapons.
yeah, it was difficult. I think it was a rifle, both, so you would have to
Right. Okay.
reload and.
Okay. All right. That's what. Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
But also, a picnic does take a long time to pack up, so that's gonna really scupper your plans to getting away. Because
also, I was gonna sound like I was disappointed. I was like, oh yeah, a rifle. That's only why you got 9 in. You know, like it's just terrible. That's the first thing I thought of. Like, all right.
So, yeah, IBM was founded, and the Wrigley Building in Chicago was formally completed in this year.
Okay,
That
What's
was
the Wrigley
The
Building.
Wrigley Building. It was the headquarters for the Wrigley Chewing Gum Company.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you imagine the desks in that place?
I was
Underneath.
I was
Everywhere,
waiting for this.
everywhere,
I was
everywhere.
absolutely waiting for this
Disgusting.
pun to come.
Disgusting. It would be disgusting, wouldn't it? Imagine that everywhere in that building, you just try and have a conversation, and people are like,
Yeah.
you just get it free.
I thought you were talking about the wiggling of the building. I was waiting for some dumb pun.
No.
Ian, you're losing it.
Oh,
All
okay.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got here?
You've really hurt my. No. Anyway, we'll carry on. The Australian Automobile Association was formed in this year. The AAA.
Okay, that's good.
AAA. The battery.
A
The
Australian
remote control
Automobile
battery.
Association.
Yes.
Okay, so cars were around. That's good.
Yeah, and
I was flying. I hadn't mastered that yet because it took so long to get around the world.
Victoria's first ever radio station starts broadcasting. It's called 3AR. So it must have been a pirate radio station.
That was pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Radio Luxembourg.
Any pirate joke is pretty good.
Yeah. What's a pirate's favorite letter?
R.
No.
Okay.
It be the C.
It. Be,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Not as good as R.
It's weird.
It's quick and straight to the punchline.
See, in
B or C is,
it's
it's a bit complicated, mate.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
that's the kind of comedian you are. You're very, you're in depth. You're on another level that people do not see.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't even see the joke, which is
No,
crazy.
I mean, it's I conceal it so well.
Sometimes it's so bad it's conceived as an alternative character.
So, the Royal Assent in Victoria allows women to stand for Parliament in Victoria for the first time.
Okay. All right. All right.
And other parliamentary news, an act which makes voting compulsory in federal elections is finally enacted in this year.
Oh, okay. So Australia did have voluntary voting
Yep.
for a while.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think, is Australia the only developed country that's got compulsory voting? I think must be a couple of others. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Tasmania. Yeah, Tasmania is another country. It's got a.
Yeah. It does.
But you have to vote Jackie Lambie. That's
Yeah.
And Erica Betts. what a.
Yeah, that's crazy because it is. Or when you're young, it is annoying to vote. You're like, damn it, I got to vote. Otherwise, I get a fine. But when you get older, you're like, oh yeah,
I want a
it's
sausage.
great having compulsory voting. Like it is great. I mean, we've got some fair income idiots that we've voted in, but it's the we don't have a Trump kind of deal going, so that's good.
I love,
You know, that's
I love voting. Like it's not as good in England, but you don't have to. It's not compulsory.
Oh,
Well,
really? It's not compulsory in England.
No.
Oh man,
like
I thought
some-
they would have some kind of
Some of the turnouts for like 17% of people turn
really.
out to vote in local elections and things. It's pretty poor.
I mean, it would depend on the weather, wouldn't it? If it was cold,
yeah. It's.
you
I
would
think
go.
the last election was called on a Thursday in winter. It's like, and so the government in power can choose what day it is, and they can choose like the time of year and stuff. And
Yeah.
they can call an election whenever. So like, if you get voted in, maximum you got 5 years,
Yes.
but you can call an election whenever in that period.
Oh wow.
So you can, if you think you.
I did not know this. I thought this was standard practice for most countries. Was compulsory voting.
No. It's quite different in Australia.
Well, there you go, folks. Huh? Well, the other people that missed out on the other stream, they have missed out on a huge education. That is the voting system. So yeah. The people that got dragged along tonight, you guys will be at the water cooler tomorrow, going, yeah, it's not compulsory in every country. I'm glad I went to that thing.
And while we're here, the AAA or the AAA was founded.
Yeah.
I won't give the year away.
Okay.
Kappa, it was your birthday yesterday, and I have got a little treat for you.
Ooh.
For a clue.
What else happened?
I know this is really gonna
on
push
the
your
2nd
buttons.
of December besides the birth of the comedy prodigal son, the Jesus of comedy was born. What else happened besides that?
The Better Farming Train. Have you heard of the
Oh.
Better Farming Train?
No.
So there's a train in Victoria that would travel around Victoria and educate people about farming. Right?
That
It had 80 people on it, Kappa. Can you imagine what the crack would be like on that train?
Would be great. There would be a lot of drinking on that train,
Like
and
this-
I would love that.
So in this year, the farming train starts its first tour ever. Where does it go? Straight to Gippsland, Bunyip, Moe, Traralgon.
Far out.
Amazing.
I once did a gig in Traralgon,
Mm.
and everyone told me about Moe, how it's this crazy, a lot of bogans there and stuff, crazy town. And I was like, who cares? I don't stereotype people. But then a bloke got on at Moe with a cardboard box, and he had a bottle of Jim Beam, and the cardboard box started going meow. And he had 3 cats in the cardboard box, and they had to kick him off the train. And I wasn't going that well at the gig I was doing. It was an engagement party. I did some jokes, it was all right. And I said, you should have seen this bloke that got on at Moe on the train. An eruption. And I won him over. So, yeah, I will thank that guy who got on that train because he saved me from dying horribly at an engagement party. Yeah.
Like, you're a brave man accepting an engagement party in Traralgon for a gig.
Yeah.
That is some bravery. Or
The gig went a little too well, actually. They liked me a lot. So they said, stay around, Nick.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any sleep. And I caught the train back the next day at 10 in the morning.
I think that's the best thing, though, about
Yeah.
regional towns is that could happen. That's not going to happen here tonight.
But that's all right. I got to work tomorrow anyway. And I'm out in St Kilda, it's a bit too far.
Yeah, and the police station's around the corner.
Yeah,
So if you
yeah.
do want to sleep over, but this agricultural train, they demonstrated agriculture, better farming practices. It was basically an agricultural college on wheels. They had 15 carriages that included livestock. They actually had
Wow.
livestock in the carriage, dairy, crops, pasture, machinery, cooking, and infant welfare.
Really?
It was painted bright yellow.
They're like, hey guys, don't treat the kids like animals. all right? Kids sleep inside the house with you.
But
Oh, really?
Did that mean that
Don't
they
brand
kept
them.
because they had like sheep, cows,
Yeah.
kids? Like, did they have like a pen?
Yeah.
Just kept them on the train.
Yeah. They weren't allowed to grow up.
Yeah.
They're like, this one's getting a bit old. Better sell it at the yards.
So it was painted bright yellow, so it was noticeable. But they even had a carriage which was full of potato exhibits, which sounds like my family photo album.
yeah.
But 80 staff, and like sometimes when they got to a town, people had driven for like 150 kilometers to get there for this day. And
Really?
it was like 2,000 people would come to try and get on the lectures or have a walk in the train, all that sort of stuff. So
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah,
This must have been a while back. Because imagine being excited about an agricultural train.
I
don't
thought
think you'd get two people there
you
today.
look pretty excited. I think you could have worked on it.
Oh, yeah, I would have worked on it for sure. Yeah,
you would have been really good.
I would have loved that.
Yeah,
To be honest, I don't know why they still don't have that.
yeah.
I mean,
Imagine
the
being
Country Link is so boring, like the City Rail. You need
V line.
Yeah, the V line.
Yeah.
Imagine catching the train to Albury or something, and then a farmer just walking around telling you how to grow potatoes.
Yeah, and also imagine being stood at Flinders Street and it's like the next train.
Yeah.
It's bright yellow agricultural train, and you can just get on, learn about agriculture, and it drops you off.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
All right, just say, we don't know if we'll have a seat for you. We just got to wait. There's a sick cow. We might have to put it down. And
Just tie it to the tracks.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, it is dead. So yeah, you can stand. Do you mind standing in a pen? All right.
Well, the ice cream cone rolling machine is patented in this year.
Wow.
Can you imagine a world without ice cream cones? It's like, what did people put it in a bowl like an animal?
Yeah, do they have small dishes like just in a hand?
Yeah, you just put it in your hand. Yeah.
Oh, just
Well, it's like M&M's, wasn't that? They melt in your mouth, not in your hands.
Ah, yeah.
Like how
Yeah,
did
but
the,
ice cream,
ice cream doesn't know that.
it doesn't have a hard shell like M&M's. Ian.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I watched for my birthday last night. We watched one of my favorite movies, Conan the Barbarian, with
Oh,
Arnold
nice.
Schwarzenegger.
Nice. Yeah.
And yeah, apparently that's how Arnold Schwarzenegger started his fortune, selling ice cream cones as a kid. He was a
Really?
millionaire before he became an actor. He owned a concrete factory and a set of units.
Is that why he looks hard?
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
A concrete
one
factory.
for you, one for me.
A concrete factory and ice cream cones.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you sure you got the right man?
Yeah. No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he would, because he would go to the park. His dad was very poor. And he would, when they were selling the ice cream cones, there would be a big line. So what he did is he walked up to the ice cream cone maker or the ice cream maker, and he said, I'll buy 20 and I'll deliver them to people so they don't have to line up. And that's how and then he put $1 on top of every ice cream.
So he was running a ice cream cone delivery service.
Yes, yeah. And he saved up enough money, and him and his trainer bought a block of units, which is crazy.
Is anyone else bowled over by this? Because like the idea.
I know so many Arnold Schwarzenegger facts. Another time, he got drafted into the army, okay, but he wanted to go in this bodybuilding competition. So he snuck out of the army base, went into the bodybuilding competition, won, came back, and then they found out and they were about to punish him. But then they said, wait, how'd you go in the bodybuilding competition? And he goes, I won. And then they promoted him to the kitchen. So he wouldn't be doing so much aerobic work, so he wouldn't lose his muscle. And he could eat in the kitchen, eat some meat. Yeah, and build up his protein. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? What a weirdo. Yeah. I've got so many other facts as well. A lot about the movie Predator. So good. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
just keep going.
Van Damme was meant to be the Predator.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Van
he was
Damme?
meant to. Yeah, they had a different costume for the Predator, and it looks horrible. If you want to see something funny, see the Predator's original costume. It's bright red, and it looks like an anteater. Like, it's fucked. Yeah. So they said to the director said, I can't use this. This is horrible, because they'd filmed most of the film, but without the person in it.
Mm.
And then Arnold Schwarzenegger said, oh, I know the guy who designed the costumes for Terminator 2. Why don't you give him a call? So that guy was he answered the call, and then he got on a plane to Japan, and he was sitting next to Steven Spielberg on the plane. And Steven Spielberg said, "Oh, what are you drawing there? Oh, that looks pretty scary. You know what's, you know what you never see these days? Like jowls, like that." And then the bloke stole it off Steven Spielberg and put the jowls on the Predator. And then they flew in Van Damme. He was too small to be in the costume. They wanted the Predator to tower over Arnold Schwarzenegger. So they used the actor from Harry and the Hendersons,
Wow.
a really tall guy.
How tall is Van Damme? Is he like 5 foot or something, 5'2" or something?
Yeah, he
It's
just wanted
pretty
to tower over Arnie. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. That's it, man.
That is amazing, and it's got nothing to do with this year.
Yes.
That
yes.
was- it's
Oh
the
yes, DJ XR6 mandibles. That's it. Yeah, yeah.
mandibles.
Yeah. Oh, Craig. Yes, Craig T1. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, yeah. There's so many other ones. I want to do other ones. Yeah. Van Damme was in some of the early takes. Looks like a prawn. Yes, exactly, Craig P. And Van Damme had the shits because they told him that they were gonna use him for all his kung fu prowess, but they were just like, no, you're gonna be an alien in a suit, and he had the shits real bad. He was very annoyed.
Wow.
Yeah,
It strikes me that a man who builds his muscles would get angry
yeah.
at the drop of a hat. In this year, I'm sorry.
Oh shit! Yeah, I shouldn't be looking at. But don't worry, I didn't see anything.
No,
I didn't see anything.
We're going to.
Thank God we got Stuart D on tech.
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
We've popped the chat out so Kappa can no longer see it.
Mm-hmm,
And interestingly, when you pop the chat out, there's a ninja that looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme. It replaces.
All right.
In this year, Greece and Albania become republics, and the Royal Greenwich Observatory, they begin broadcasting hourly time signals via radio, which become the iconic BBC pips. So you know when you listen to the ABC, you know when you listen to ABC and they do the news and it goes dee 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 before the news. That's the signal being sent.
Ah, right. Okay. Is that just a soundbite now because they don't need the signal anymore, but they just put that to comfort people?
I presume so. I don't think anyone at the ABC is waiting for them to. They've got a watch there now. Got a clock.
I was thinking that now because everything's digital.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson have released an electric motorcycle.
Really?
But Harley Davidson have patented the sound of the Harley Davidson. So it's got. And I was thinking, with an electric motorcycle, you wouldn't have that. So would you just have big subwoofers?
Yeah,
playing the sound.
It's true. In the Jaguar, I think Jag did like a car where you can choose to make it sound so it plays on the internal speakers what it would have sounded like in the 1960s. The same model of car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, plays the Beatles.
Yeah. That one wasn't even a pun, which I'm
no, very
you're
multifaceted.
Yeah.
Imperial Airways. That's a name you couldn't get away with now, I reckon. It was founded in Britain in this year, and this is a fun one as well. The tubular steel golf shaft was approved in this year for championship play.
Ah,
so before that it was wood.
Yeah, right. Okay, this is crazy. This is kind of because you see wooden clubs like in the old days.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I've never played golf before, so I don't know anything about golf. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm an expert.
No, but you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger used to play golf.
Ah,
he did.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He'd been seen around a few clubs.
Yeah.
Ford Motor Company manufactures its 10th million automobile. 10 million.
Okay, this means we're creeping up a little bit. The Model T Ford was a big seller. But I think that was around the 1930s.
There was the Model A Ford.
Oh, yeah, the Model A. Oh, so it might have been 10 years. Oh. All right. Yeah. Okay. What do we got?
Right,
we better get going soon. Fleabag's on soon.
Yeah, we've got to get on Fleabag.
Yeah.
Bureau of Surrealism is opened in Paris.
Oh, really?
They opened the Bureau of Surrealist Research.
Ah,
I mean,
so
can you imagine going to work in such a place? I mean, doing a photocopy would be a nightmare. I've just come in just to do something basic.
yeah,
No. It's like the door handles back to front,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
like the carpets on the
clock
ceiling.
melting. Yeah. Salvador Dali's your
Dreadful.
boss. Like, hey, why don't you dress back the front today?
Yeah, Sandra, you haven't met your KPIs this week.
Yeah.
It's the Bureau of Surrealist.
Okay.
The Sunday Express publishes the first ever British crossword puzzle. Can you imagine a world before crosswords?
Yeah. Yeah.
We just had Cal say, "Can you imagine a world before good clues?"
Yes.
The thing I like about mine and Cal's relationship, never a crossword.
Ah. He's so quick. I just can't believe
It
how
is.
quick
It's a
he is.
puzzle, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, it is. It is hard. I do agree with you, Kel, because usually there's something like, "Oh wow, the crossword puzzle was invented. Cool." I remember when they came about.
Yeah. I was fully excited to say, what year was the crossword puzzle
Yeah.
published in Britain? And you used to say, "Give us a clue."
Yeah.
How many letters?
Oh, that would have been post-war due to this thing with the crossword. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it perhaps was. I might be giving you a bit of a clue here, but perhaps was pre. Do you remember the Enigma code was broken by some of Britain's crossword champions?
Oh, gotcha. Right.
So it was crosswords that actually helped defeat the Nazis.
Yeah. I'm waiting. What are you
No,
going to say
that's-
this time?
That's just fact.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's fact.
Yeah. What's the movie? With what's his name in it? It's really good. The British guy. The Imitation
The
Game.
Imitation Game. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
a great movie.
Benedict Cumberbatch, is it?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Him and Eddie Redmayne, are they the same person? I always get those
Yeah.
madly confused. But Stephen,
that is a great film. Great
Yeah,
film. And The Enigma Machine was a good film as well.
yeah.
Eric Bana.
Alan Turing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talk about a lot of old war movies on this and new war movies. as
Yeah,
well.
I'm really sad that we haven't talked more about Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah,
in previous episodes. Just Edwin Hubble as well announces the existence of other galactic systems.
Wow. Okay.
That's quite a breakthrough, that, isn't it? To say like there's other
Telescopic lens.
galaxies than our own. That is quite a bombshell to drop at a meeting. Because the Hubble
Yeah.
telescope was
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, there's other galaxies. Yeah, whatever.
How close? What ballpark are you thinking for this year?
Fuck, man. This is crazy because it's pre-war, yet there has been some things where I'm like, well, I could go really early 1900s, but then there's some things.
This might help. We've got the Indian Citizenship Act was passed in the USA, which gave citizenship rights to native Indians. About 125,000 of them took it up, but still a lot weren't American citizens at that point.
See, man, this is another one. Wow, this has really helped me. This could have been 2001. You realize that? Same with the Winter Olympics thing with the women.
Yeah,
That could have been 2001. Yeah, that's how backwards the world is. Yeah.
What Kaleidoscope just asked what song was on the chart.
We got a live request. That's crazy.
There might not be charts around at this time.
Yeah, probably music wasn't invented.
The music wasn't invented. Yeah.
Man, pre-crosswords,
Yeah.
pre-music, crazy.
Ford had built 10 million cars, but none of them had a radio.
Man,
Because music wasn't invented.
imagine buying a round the world ticket. Takes you 175 days.
175
There's no
days.
crosswords.
I reckon when I was at university, SDA Travel was selling those.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah.
175-day trip for £500.
I had this is how old I am. I got a round the world ticket that they just said you can get off and on any time. No charge fees if you extend the ticket.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just stayed in Thailand for an extra month.
Wow.
And I just kept ringing them going, yeah, next week.
Has it got an expiry? I mean, can you still use that?
yeah.
That seems a massive loophole. Well, there we go.
All right, mate.
Are you ready to lock in?
Yes.
Lock in your guesses at home or at the local tap house. I've got to say, Kappa, I feel like both of us has done very well to get through this because I think both of us are suffering quite heavily from hay fever here. My eyes are
awful,
irritated.
Yeah.
And streaming as we are streaming.
But it's been great. I'm not letting hay fever hold me back from the great laughs and the great thrill of the crowd that are here. And also,
can you just be quiet? Be quiet while we get through this end bit.
No. It's so awesome. It's just I can't believe, like, when we started this, Ian, who would have thought we would have been in a room full of people?
Who would have thought?
Not full, but like pretty full for this room.
Yeah, only
like a small room full of people.
33 weeks ago.
Only 33 weeks. I can't believe this.
What is it? 8 months?
I mean, you might have to find a new host, Ian. I can't go along any further. I said that 32 weeks ago.
It seems a long time ago when we had that conversation about the the original show idea was much worse than this.
Guys, I have to do this one on gut feeling. So everyone's locked in their guesses. I'm going to go with 1918.
1918. Oh, again, that would have been very good for me not to have mentioned any of the
That could be way too early. But anyway, that's what I'm going to go.
Okay, 1918. The year for Have a Beer Guess the Year this week is 1924.
Wow.
1924. Let's see who got that. Oh,
That's
that was
so good.
That did split quite a few people.
6 years off is good.
Yeah. We had 1916, 1918, Elder Taco. We also had Kelv. Yeah, guessed. Kelv did very well because he guessed loads of years. And when I looked over at him, he's like, "Yeah, I got that one." Yeah, interesting. Yeah, the Olympic years was probably a good. It's interesting. What's interesting about that as well is that the Winter Olympics, the first one, was in the same year as the Summer Olympics, which was also held in France, in Paris. Which in 1924, that is the film *The Chariots of Fire*, was based upon that 1924 Olympics. We've got 1920, 1924, 22. So many different. Yeah, we've got Sam Smalley's asked, did Arnold Schwarzenegger ever have hay fever?
No, probably not. He would have just shrugged it off.
He doesn't look like a man who would have hay fever, would he?
But then again, guys like that, they get sick pretty easy. Like I live with my housemate Ben Knight, who's pretty jacked.
Yeah,
and he gets sick. He's actually a huge wuss.
Yeah.
He eats one bit of raw chicken, and he's like scared about him dying or something like that. Whereas I'm like, yeah, I'm not jacked, but I never get sick. Besides now, and yeah.
Well, 1924. They were all the clues for.
I'm happy with that, Ian. I'm happy. Look, I was 6 years out, but I'm okay with that. I think most people that would have guessed 1924 would have cheated. Okay, I think we have a lot of rats in the. Yeah.
A lot of rats.
We've got a lot of rats in the nest. It's time to burn this nest down.
Well, thanks so much. Well done, those of you who are tuning in, because we lost about half the audience. I think, Kappa, we flipped over to this. Apologies that there was no sound. We didn't actually change anything, but there we go. So we'll see you next time for Have a Beer Guess the Year next week for another year. Big cheer, everyone in the room.
Yeah.
See you later.